Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to read a little bit from my big book. Okay, this is a National Geographic science book and it's called Animals and it's written by Sophie Kowarski. So this is a non-fiction book, which means that the things in this story are true, they're real. Okay, so our big idea question, move this a little bit, is how are animals alike and different? And then here are some vocabulary words that we're going to read about. We are only going to be reading the first part of this book, so we're not going to be reading about all these vocabulary words, but the ones that we will be reading about are burrow and nest down here. All right. So let me go ahead and continue. Oh, this page is important. So let's talk about this page. This is our contents page. A lot of times in nonfiction texts, you'll have a page that looks like this and it'll tell you the different topics that you're going to read about and what page it's found on. So today we're going to read how are animals alike and different, and that's going to be on page 4. And we're also going to read what animals need, which is going to be on page 6. All right, let me turn, this is a big book. Here we go. So our big idea question was, how are animals alike and different? So animals are alike and different in many ways. For example, dogs can be big or small. Take a look at this big dog. And take a look at this little small dog. But all dogs have 4 legs. So even though they're different because one's big and one's small, they're also alike because they both have 4 legs. How are this bird and this fish alike, and how are they different? I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. So looking at this picture, I can see that they're alike because they both have eyes, right? They both have a mouth to eat. But how are they different? Well, they're different colors, right? The bird is blue and the fish is orange. The bird has feathers and the fish has scales. So that's how they're different. All right, I'm gonna switch to the next page. All right, our next page that we're reading about is what animals need. No matter how big or small, animals need food and water. Just like you and me, we need food and water. Animals are alike in this way. So if you take a look at this picture here, we see a big giraffe drinking water from the watering hole. And then we also see this little tiny bird drinking water as well. So it says the giraffe and the bird both drink water. In other ways, animals are different. Some animals eat plants for food, and some animals eat other animals. It's much like us too. This chameleon right here eats an insect. You see his tongue sticking out? He got an insect right there, so he's eating a different kind of animal. And this bunny, this rabbit, is eating this clover. So they don't eat other animals, they eat plants. So they're alike and they're different. Animals are alike and different in other ways too. Animals need shelter or a place to live or stay. So that's what shelter means. Shelter is a place to live or to stay. Different kind of animals use different kinds of shelters. So for example, in this picture here, this robin's nest is made of plants. So this is the robin's shelter. It's a nest made of twigs and things. A nest is a shelter for some animals. A burrow is a shelter for other animals. So a burrow is a hole in the ground, and so this squirrel right here lives in a burrow. So I want you to think about that for a moment. We're going to stop here, and I want you to think about some of the things that you learned from me reading this book to you. And for a review, we talked about how animals are alike and different. And we also talked about what they need. They need food, water, they need shelter. So I want you to now write me one good sentence with a capital letter, finger spaces, punctuation about what you learned about how animals are alike and different.